Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well.
Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I am Tom Schmitz, your host, here with a little programming update for those who are wondering. This is my last day doing Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz at 11 o'clock. The show will move to 8 a.m. starting tomorrow. From 8 to 11, it'll be Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Adam and AM Ocala Live, as you heard on the last show, Adam is no longer going to be with us. Thanks for everything Adam's done, for his contribution to WOCA and everything he's done to forward WOCA into the year 2020 through the pandemic and everything. He was the voice of reason during a pandemic, folks. So thanks to Adam for everything he's done. I will be filling in that capacity with Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. A lot of the same stuff will be on there. You'll hear Matt Gibbs and we'll have our master gardener Carol Ann will be here and a lot of the same things. But then you also get me, and I'm a whole lot different than Adam. Adam's a really nice guy who says good things about Ocala. I'm not so nice, but I say good things about Ocala. Unless it's talking about the Ocala City Council meeting that I went to last night. I got to be honest with you. The Ocala City Council and the Marion County Commissioners, they have a unique job. They have to govern in our fair city and county, and they have to listen to public comment about how they govern. It's not like the Prime Minister of England when he goes to the House of Commons, but it's sometimes it's close. I was in council last night for about an hour and a half. Saw two police officers get 30-year pins. Another police officer get a 20-year pin. Saw a fireman get a 30-year pin. Congratulations to all of them. Saw the CEP receive a proclamation for being the Chamber of the Year. Speaking of the CEP, my guest today at 11:15 will be Ryan Lilly from the CEP. He's Vice President of Business Creation, I think. I think that's right. He'll tell me. I played college football, lots of shots to the head. So, sometimes I get things wrong. But they got their proclamation. The Red Ribbon event got a proclamation from the mayor. Then there was a zoning issue, taking something from R1, M1 to M1, M2, and, you got to know all the zoning stuff. And Pete did a great job, the director of zoning, in explaining that with Ty Chickazola. And then one of the council members quite couldn't grasp that this wasn't an expansion of a recycling center. It was just the same man that owned the recycling center, owned this property, and wanted to develop it. It was quite the runaround for about 20 minutes. And then Councilman Grable made a motion to keep the mask order mandate for another 30 days. Councilman Wardell seconded the motion, and then public discussion took place, and people stood up, and everybody was in opposition of it that spoke. They talked about the constitutional rights. They talked about tyranny and how government control and oppression. It was I'll give you, here's the Star Banner had a story about it today. It said, despite stripping penalties from Ocala's emergency face mask mandate, the Ocala City Council voted 4-1 to extend the measure. Council President Jay Musley was the lone vote against extending the mandate, which expired Saturday. The ordinance will continue for another 30 days. During the meeting, the council also voted unanimously to cancel Light Up Ocala. Although the celebration is off, the city will turn the lights on. The city will now host 6 to 8 weeks of small holiday activities. Mayor Kent Gwynn, who had vetoed the original face mask order, disagreed with both moves taken by the council. But, as everybody knows, the mayor does not have a vote. So they literally went into this discussion about the mask and wasted probably 45 minutes, 35 minutes, passing an ordinance that has no enforcement capabilities. It was just a measure that was window dressing, just to say, hey, we at the council are concerned enough about your health that we make it a mandate that you must wear a mask in businesses, and businesses have to say on their PA system where they have one that you need a mask on, and that if you don't wear a mask in a business, the business owner can tell you to leave and blah, blah, blah. But as you know, the governor said that they're doing an executive order for the governor. There's no mandate. There's no penalties that can be faced for not wearing masks, so you can't fine anybody. So the $25 fine was dropped in this mask mandate. So basically, we spent 35 minutes with city staff and city attorneys and city councilmen, all of the expenses of taxpayers. 35 minutes of taxpayer dollars we'll never get back over an ordinance or over an emergency mandate that cannot be, even though it's mandated, it has no teeth. It cannot be upheld. There's no way it can be enforced. So the city council wasted 35 minutes and the money associated with that wasted time of taxpayers' dollars. Good job, you brilliant people. But wait, Tom, they were doing it for your safety. Shut up. They weren't doing it for my safety. They were doing it so they can look like they're smarter than everybody else. They did it so that they could see we're doing what we're supposed to do in the wake of nobody else doing anything. That's what happened last night. And the people in opposition to it were in opposition to it just because they don't like the people that passed the mandate. It was very, very, although it's supposed to be a nonpartisan board, the city council is supposed to be nonpartisan, you could feel the partisanship in the room. And it wasted 35 minutes of taxpayers' dollars. City attorneys got to get paid for that 35 minutes that we can't get back. City staff that were there for that 35 minutes, because that 35 minutes could have been cut from the program and it could have been that much shorter. The lights for 35 minutes, the police chief that had to be there for security for 35 minutes. Somebody goes, Tom, what are you talking about? I don't know, probably a couple $100. But how many frivolous things do we do that, and how do they add up? And then it's a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, a couple $100 here. All of a sudden, it's $20,000, $30,000 that they wasted because they're smarter than everybody else. There's no way you can enforce a mask mandate. Just to put it out there as window dressing is ludicrous and a waste of time, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the radio. Coming up next, Ryan Lilly from the Ocala, Marion County Chamber of Economic Partnership. He's here. He's going to talk to us about a great program they do involving the high schools around town and business planning. We'll talk to him next. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Career Source. Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Just Shipped is expanding to its first retail location at the new Boulevard Market located on the corner of Bonnie Heath and 36th Avenue. Just Shipped will still offer the same all-inclusive services of packing and shipping your items. Don't want to get out of your car? You don't have to, because Just Shipped is offering curbside service. That's right, curbside service starting Saturday, November 7th. Go to justship.net for more information. Take the guesswork out of shipping with Just Shipped.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creative. Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. If you'd like to reach out today, 622-9622 is the number. Coming up, before we get Ryan Lilly here from the CEP, I got to give you this. The 8th annual Paychecks for Patriots Career Fair, it's going virtual this year, just like pretty much everything else. Because of the pandemic, it's going virtual. Career Source, Citrus Levy Marion will hold a Paychecks for Patriot virtual career fair on Tuesday, November 10th, as part of a statewide effort to connect Florida veterans with career opportunities. The career fair takes place 10 to 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday, November 10th. This year's event may look different than usual, but Career Source Citrus Levy Marion remains committed to using technology to still allow for service members and veterans to come together with local businesses. It enables veterans to meet in real time with hiring managers, learn about job openings, and submit resumes. For veterans unable to access the job fair online, a limited number of computers will be available by appointment only at the Career Source Citrus Levy Marion Career Center at 2703 Northeast 14th Street in Ocala. To schedule an appointment, call 800-434-JOBS. That's 800-434-5627. Also, Veterans Helping Veterans will also have limited computer access at its office at 2730 East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. So that's the 8th annual Paychecks for Patriots Career Fair. It's going viral this year, Tuesday, November 10th. I'd like to welcome to the show now a guy who, for the past 3.5 years, I see on a daily basis, probably talk to him conservatively estimate 30, 45 minutes a day when you add it all up, because his office used to be a floor below mine, but his office now is literally right next door to my company's offices. Ryan Lilly, the Vice President of Business Creation for the Ocala Marion County Chamber of Economic Partnership, which is, by the way, the National Chamber of the Year for 2020. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Thank you for having me.
You were probably sweating over how I was going to introduce you, weren't you?
That is a mouthful to say all of that in an opening. Good job. Good job.
Ryan is a graduate of Virginia Tech. He came to our fair city 6 years ago?
7 years ago.
7 years ago now. 7 years ago. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what your background is, where you came from, and how you settled on Ocala?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Virginia and had an opportunity when I was at Virginia Tech to start working with startup companies. And we had a building there called an incubator. And that's a place where startup companies come and they have offices, but they get help while they're there. It's not just offices. They're getting mentorship. We're helping them with their business. And fell in love with that when I was in Virginia, was willing to move anywhere I could in the country to help entrepreneurs. Moved to Illinois and had an opportunity in Illinois to work with a lot of neat tech startups at a building that we had there. And then came to Ocala 7 years ago to join the CEP, which at that time was just after the merger of the Chamber and the EDC.
Right, and it had just, the incubator had just started.
That's right.
They had February 10th. 2012.
You were, I think, there that day.
We were there that day for 3 hours. The Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin and Tom Schmitz. We were there broadcasting from where now the ping pong table sits.
That's true. That's very true.
Tell people that may not know exactly what the incubator does and the success of it here in Ocala, because it's been very successful.
Absolutely. So at the incubator, we concentrate on serving companies that are innovative in some way. Now, most of them have something to do with technology, but they have to be innovative to be in our program. They have to be scalable. So it's not meant for a business to come in and, it's a typical small business. They're going to hum along. It's for a company that's really going to take off in their growth. And then thirdly, are they coachable? So again, the idea of being in an incubator like this is getting mentorship, getting connections to the surrounding business community, getting help with whatever that company needs for their growth. And that's really what we do while the companies are there. Now, we also do a lot outside the incubator. We help any business in Marion County that's starting, even if it's just a traditional small business, doesn't have to do anything with technology. And we help them with business planning, marketing help, finding funding for their business, whatever it is that we can do.
How the hell did I get in there?
Some days I wonder the same thing. No,
you said coachable. I'm not. You said hugely growth. I mean, we've grown quite a bit, but and you said innovative. Well, live streaming, that is innovative. Live streaming was innovative. It's not as innovative now, but 3 years ago, 4 years ago, live streaming was. Zoom has brought everybody equal in live streaming.
That's true.
But 3-4 years ago, live streaming was a very, very new deal.
You were one of the first people in Ocala doing it on that scale.
Yes, I Brick City Creative, myself and my business partner were the first people to do that on that scale in Ocala. You. With your work here at the CEP and your work with startups, and that's what you basically you do a lot with the CEP, but your main goal is to work hand in hand with startups. What are some of the particular not pitfalls, but hurdles that you see that you have to help and guide small businesses and startups to get over? That I know my biggest one was underfunding.
Sure. Is
that probably the biggest one, underfunding?
Funding for your business, that's one of the biggest that we hear. Being able to work through having enough money to keep going. It's interesting. I would say that the biggest barrier, though, is the entrepreneur themselves and their mindset. Being willing to get out there and meet potential customers, to network. That's not something every entrepreneur can do easily. You've done a great job at it, but we've had a lot of entrepreneurs who struggle to put themselves out there and start selling.
I know one of your most successful companies. I don't know if it's the most, but it's one of your most successful, is Human Potential Healthcare. Mm-hmm. Kristen Van Meter is the CEO of that company, and not a social butterfly. So that's the type of person. It's difficult for some people that aren't. I'm a social butterfly. It's no big deal for me. I could talk to a signboard and not have to have them talk back to me. It'd be okay.
Sure.
But a lot of people, that is one of the struggles. And that's one of the things, even though Toastmasters is at there and it's not something associated per se with the business incubator, it does have its meetings there. And that's one of the type things you're talking about that you offer at the business incubator, because Toastmasters helps people come out of their shell and able to talk. One of the things I learned is I learned QuickBooks. You put me in touch with somebody at a course. I took a course, seminar in QuickBooks, which was, I had no idea about QuickBooks at the time. Sure. None. Or, I've learned Excel while I was through a seminar that I worked with the incubator. I didn't know Excel at the time. It's kind of the little things people don't think about. Everybody's got a great. I know one of my favorite things and I'll get this quote wrong, and I see it every day, is an idea without it's an idea without something is just a dream or something like that.
Probably an idea without action, without follow through or something like that.
It's just a dream, right? And it's in the upstairs. The quote's upstairs, and I didn't get the quote right, but you get the gist of the quote. And that's really what the incubator's doing, is taking it from a dream to a reality.
Exactly.
And helping you along the way.
Absolutely, yeah. And we walk people through each part of the process, and every company needs something different. Every company has different needs, and so we try to customize it to them and help them however we can.
How many companies are in the incubator right now?
Right now, I think we're at 14 residents.
How many graduates have you had?
So we've had a total of 40 companies go through the incubator. And one of the really proud things that we have is that most of them, with the exception of one or two, have stayed here in Marion County. And a lot of incubator programs like ours, the companies graduate and they move away to another community. We've been really fortunate that ones that have grown there have stayed.
One of the incubator graduates is very prominent right now on TV with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
ImageWorks, is that the no.
No, that was DimensionWorks.
DimensionWorks. DimensionWorks. Last night I was watching the World Series, and I could see the 3D LA on the batting helmets, and I go, those were made in Ocala.
Yeah. We had a few years ago, we had a 3D printing and prototyping shop at the incubator, and they've since gone out on their own. They're located on 200 now. But yeah, they made the logos for the helmets of the Dodgers.
The Dodgers sent their batting helmets here, and then they put the 3D logos on the batting helmets. And so last night when I was watching the World Series, in my head, I'm like, that's from Ocala.
Made in Ocala.
And people don't realize the World Series, everybody's watching it. Those batting helmets the Los Angeles Dodgers are wearing, made in Ocala, Florida.
We're super proud of Jeff and Mindy, the couple who own that company. They're doing a great job.
But it's got to make you proud whenever you see success stories like that. Here's a success story that's a national success story. Most people wouldn't know that that's an Ocala, Florida helmet, but it is.
Right. Yep.
That brings us to, we're going to have to take a break here in about a minute and a half, but that brings us into what we want to talk about on the other side of the break, which is it's never too young. You're never too young to become an entrepreneur. And you know how I know this? Because before I knew what the word entrepreneur meant, I was an entrepreneur. Most boys growing up in the 70s, where I grew up in the 70s, early 80s, I was, 11 years old in 76, 77. So my teenage years were in the late 70s, early 80s.
I wasn't even born yet.
Right.
That was a long time ago.
I know. But I was an entrepreneur. And people go, entrepreneur. I pushed a lawnmower around the neighborhood, knocked on people's doors, and I had like 7 or 8 lawns that I cut for $5 a piece. That is the essence of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely, yeah.
The lemonade stand out on the side of the road that used to be prevalent that now you don't see very often. The lemonade stand that would sell lemonade for 10 cents a cup, that's an entrepreneur trying to get out.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk when we come back from break about some entrepreneurs that are still in public schools.
High school.
Not public school, just high school. Private, public, doesn't matter. We'll talk about that and tell you all about what's going on with that. Before we go to break, I want to tell you, if you live near where I live, you're glad to hear this. Improvements to the Northeast 36th Avenue in Ocala reached a milestone last Friday morning when traffic was shifted to the new bridge, which is located between Northeast 21st and Northeast 21st, over the railroad tracks. The new bridge separates train tracks from road traffic. At the same time, construction crews will commence the next phase of construction work at the 2 intersections. It'll be closed to through traffic at 21st and 24th on the west side through 36th Avenue. Access to businesses and residents will be maintained along that road. But it's good to know the flyover or at least the temporary flyovers open as they finish the work on all the flyover and the intersections at 36 and the train. Coming up next, we'll talk more with Ryan Lilly from the Ocala CEP right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin didn't reach an agreement on Tuesday regarding a new stimulus plan, but both have moved closer to an agreement. That's according to a spokesman for Pelosi. As far as that progress that is being made, the Treasury Secretary says,
I would say that we continue to have discussions. Again, there's a lot of details other than just the top line number that we're exchanging. Paper. We continue to make progress on certain issues. On certain issues, we continue to be far apart.
The last presidential debate is set for Thursday night at Belmont University in Nashville. The debate commission adopting new rules to mute microphones to allow President Trump and Joe Biden 2 uninterrupted minutes for opening statements on each topic. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Does your business spend $500 a month or more on gas and electric bills? Did you know by making a simple free phone call, you can save up to 25% on your bill every month? What could you do with a 25% savings on utility bills every month? Energy deregulation is now available in your state. Making one simple phone call will show you how we can lower your gas and electric bills instantly with no changes to your bill and no enrollment fee. This is a free service. The only thing you'll notice is a lower bill every month. Call U.S. Power and Light right now. Learn how easy it is to lower your utility bills for your business and save money. We promise. So if you spend over $500 a month on your gas and electric bills, please call right now and unleash your savings. 800-941-3381. 800-941-3381. 800-941-3381. That's 800-941-3381.
Just Shipped is expanding to its first retail location at the new Boulevard Market located on the corner of Bonnie Heath and 36th Avenue. Just Shipped will still offer the same all-inclusive services of packing and shipping your items. Don't want to get out of your car? You don't have to, because Just Shipped is offering curbside service. That's right, curbside service starting Saturday, November 7th. Go to justship.net for more information. Take the guesswork out of shipping with Just Shipped.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. In studio right now, my guest is Ryan Lilly. He is the Vice President of Business Creation for the Ocala Marion County Chamber of Economic Partnership. And we were talking before the break about how people think entrepreneurs, people's thought of entrepreneurs because of television is when Donald Trump, before he was president, was on The Apprentice, or Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
And Shark Tank's a good show. I think some of the people are on that show, even though they're uber wealthy, they're on that show because they're kind of snarky, not because they really are, going to help people. I think it's more of a produced thing, but that's fine. At least it brought entrepreneurship into the mainstream. When people say entrepreneurial, almost every small business was an entrepreneur that started it.
Absolutely.
If you're not punching a time clock and you're not working for the man, you're working for yourself. You created your own business, whether you're a carpenter, you're in radio, whatever. You're an entrepreneur.
You're an entrepreneur. And
with that in mind, I said that I started the entrepreneurial lifestyle when I was 10 years old with a 2.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton lawnmower that I pushed around and cut people's grass for $5 a pop.
Sure.
And I was rolling in the dough, bro. I'd go on Friday and Saturday. I'd get out of school on Friday and Saturday. I'd mow grass. Then Saturday afternoon, I'd take all that money. I'd have like $40. My mom would keep 30 of it, put it in the bank for me. I had a bank account at an early age. And I would take $10. And now $10 in 1975, 76, 77, that's a bunch of money. I'd take that $10 to the Norwood Blue and Gold. The Norwood Blue and Gold was a twin theater right across from Gateway Mall in Jacksonville, Florida. I'd take that, and the people say, Tom, Jacksonville, you're from Jacksonville? I thought you were from South Georgia. Same place. People ask me, what part of South Georgia you from? I go, Jacksonville, Florida. If you've been to Jacksonville, you know what I mean. And I would go to Norwood Blue and Gold, my $10. It cost $2 to get in, and you saw a double feature. And then you could buy juju beads and popcorn and snow caps and Raisinets. And I would spend that entire $10 eating junk food and watching 2 karate pictures.
You can't buy popcorn for $10 now.
No. Remember those? You don't remember those karate pictures in the theater. You've seen them on TV. The one that go, damn you. You killed my father. You must die. The lips never matched what was saying on the screen.
Sure.
And I would spend my but that was my $10. My mom couldn't. My mom tried to say, "You're wasting." Daddy said, He made that money. He put some in savings. He could use that money how he wants to, and that's the essence of entrepreneurship. And now the CEP and the Business Incubator have this competition that helps high school students get the bug and the drive of entrepreneurship. Tell us about that.
Exactly. Yeah, this is our 7th year doing the Marion County Youth Business Plan Competition. It's for high school students in Marion County, 9th through 12th grade, public, private, or homeschooled. So they don't have to be in public school. It can be private or homeschooled. And what we ask them to do is similar to what you'd see on Shark Tank. We ask them to first go online, and the website for the competition is youthbusinessplancompetition.com. I know that sounds like a long domain. Youthbusinessplancompetition.com. That's a long domain name, but trust me, it's shorter than the alternative, which would have been a CEP domain and then about 10 slashes. But
Youth Business Competition.
Youth Business Plan Competition.
Oh, Youth Business Plan. Yep. Why couldn't you just went with a YBPC?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
YBPC.com.
But yeah, so you go on that website. You'll see the application packet there. And
Youth Business Plan Competition.com.
That's right.
Okay.
And so this year we're so grateful that we have a lot of great prizes. That's really what attracts the kids is the money that they can win as part of this competition. Each year that we've done this, we try to up the prize amounts. And this year our first place prize is worth $10,000.
Get out.
That includes $8,000 in cash, which for a high school student, that's a lot of money.
Rolling, big balling.
Exactly. So again, students, they go to this website. We have them answer 10 questions about their business idea. And there's the same 10 questions that you might answer in a business plan. Who's your customer? Who is this product or service for that you've come up with? We don't actually expect them to start it. Again, it's just an idea that they have. And
so you're just getting their ideas so you can steal them and make the money yourself?
There's been a few that have been so good. The students get so creative and so innovative with this.
Somebody comes up to them and goes, hey.
A few of them have actually pursued it afterwards. Right. So, but yeah, they go online, they submit their application. Last year we got over 100 applications. We then have a panel of local sharks, like you'd have on Shark Tank, but they're all local small business owners, people that you'd know here in the community. And they pick, this is the hardest thing, they have to pick 5 finalists to present at our final Shark Tank event, which is typically in person. This year it's going to be on Zoom.
Well, because of the COVID-19, right. Well, although you could do it in person because you just wear the mask like the city ordinance says.
Well, but yeah, it'll be on Facebook Live as well, so friends and family will be able to tune in there and to watch. And yeah, it's like I said, every year it's one of my favorite events that we do, just because it's not just about the competition. It's more the message that we're getting to these kids that entrepreneurship is an option for their lives. A lot of them are thinking traditional, go out and get a job or go to college and then get a job. This is about, hey, take whatever it is that you're really passionate about. If you love sports, okay, we had somebody, a student, come up with a soccer training camp one year.
Yep.
We had a team from Vanguard a couple years ago came up with a mouth guard for football players to cut down on brain injuries. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, there's opportunity to turn that into a business. And that's what we try to get to across to kids as a part of this competition.
And if there's ever anybody that could relate to that, my 2 businesses are live streaming and trivia. And I'm passionate about both of them.
Absolutely.
That's really to be a successful entrepreneur, people go, well, to be a successful entrepreneur, you got to have financial backing. You got to have a good business model. You got to have a good business plan. You know what you have to have really to be a successful entrepreneur? The desire and the mental fortitude to face all the trials and tribulations that are at every turn as an entrepreneur. No matter the best business plan written, the greatest good intentions and everything, because it changes on a daily basis, you got to have the insides to continue through the tough times.
That's why I always say, we talk about all those barriers to starting a business and what people are up against, and people think of money and people think of all these things. Number one barrier is yourself. That we put our greatest limitations are the ones that we put on ourselves.
I always thought, and I'll give this idea away so I can make a ton of money on it, because I didn't have to drive to follow through with it. I live in Florida. Bathing suits are part of what we do. We wear them more than most people around the country. Except people live in Hawaii and California, we wear bathing suits probably longer periods of time during the year than anywhere else in the country.
I'm a little worried where you're going with this.
Would you agree with that?
I agree with that.
And the one thing about a guy's bathing suit, just a guy's bathing suit, is that mesh cage that operates as your undergarments for the bathing suit, which you have to have. But that mesh cage is horrible. You've had the mesh cage bathing suits on. I've had them on. It's terrible. They don't fit properly. They cause rashes to show up, or where you get friction. They're terrible.
Sure.
So what do I do every year when I buy a new bathing suit? Cut it out, and then I wear my undergarments and then the bathing suit. And I always thought, if somebody could take the rayon stretchy undergarments, the boxer briefs, and instead of putting that wire cage, that mesh cage in a pair of bathing suits, put the boxer briefs in the bathing suit as a one unit.
$1 million idea, right there.
That would be the great. But I didn't have the drive. I didn't think about it passionately enough to follow through with it.
Sure.
So the biggest roadblock to that being a success and making me a lot of money
was
me. And it's a great idea. And it was a lot farther away from where you thought I was going, wasn't it?
It was. I was getting real worried there for a second, Tom. Real worried.
But that, an idea is good, but you got to have the ability to follow through. And a lot of these high school kids, because we were fortunate enough 3 years ago to live stream it for you.
You were.
We were the company that live streamed it 3 years ago for you. And to see these kids and how passionate they are about what they're doing. And I mean, these kids are on the ball. They got it planned out. They know what they're talking about. They've done their research. And to see the difficulty that the judges have to go through, I don't even want to whittle it down to the top 5. It's the decision they got to make. When you see all 5 presentations, I'm afraid of how good the 100 presentations were last year, because the top 5 presentations that they decided would be the 5 for the competition, I wouldn't have been able to pick a winner.
Yeah. Yeah. The year that you live streamed it for us, I think, was the year we had a team from Bellevue High School win. And really neat story. If I give you just an example of the students that enter this competition, they were actually a 4-H class at Bellevue High School. It's not always business students. It's always different courses. And they had been doing show cattle out at the Marion County Livestock Pavilion. And their winning entry was called Colorful Creations for Cattle. And they had come up with cattle halters that were, colorful and bedazzled, and most of them are, black and white or some.
For them to use as they show their cattle at these events.
Exactly, yeah. And they did a great job. They presented, and afterwards, I think they were actually looking at how to get that into Rural King and actually how to pursue that as a real business. So it's exciting. Every year it's different. Students doing food ideas, starting restaurants, inventions and products, such great variety.
We got a caller on the line. Let's take a call real quick. Hi, caller. Who's this? Hello, caller. You're on the air. And
good morning. Good morning.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Jim. How are you?
This is Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
I'd just like to give a little commercial for my alma mater. Clarkson University has an entrepreneurship program where you get a piece of your tuition forgiven against a stake in a business that you develop. So if anybody is interested that way, they can trade off tuition for a stake in a business.
That sounds like a very creative program, Jim.
That and wish everybody a good morning.
Thanks, Jim, for the call, buddy.
Okay.
Yet another way people are encouraging entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. And again, that's an example of a college that's doing it, and we're trying to get it into the high schools. Eventually it'd be great locally if we could do some more getting it into even elementary school kids. You mentioned lemonade stands. There's actually a national program teaching kids about how to set up a lemonade stand. Entrepreneurship is something you can introduce to kids at a very early age.
I got another good entrepreneur idea, too.
Well, it's okay.
What is the number one thing between January and March that young children, you see them at grocery stores or you see their parents handing you the paperwork and you have to buy from them? It's a girls' thing. And you have to buy from them. And my favorite ones you keep in the freezer so you can eat them when they're in out of the freezer.
Something for Valentine's Day?
No, the Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies, yeah.
You love Girl Scout cookies, right?
I do. Caramel Delights.
See, you like caramel. See, I'm a Thin Mint guy.
Okay.
The Lorna Doones, though, with a good glass of milk, very good. Entrepreneurial. Curaleaf.
I see where this is going.
Curaleaf dispensary. Why isn't a parent going, hey, can we set up, like they do at Publix, can we set up outside the door here at Curaleaf? Now that is a business plan, brother.
They almost seem like complimentary products.
They do seem like complimentary products. I'm just saying, if you're a Girl Scout mother or father, I would go check out one of the dispensaries and see if they'll let you sell Girl Scout cookies, because that seems to me like shooting fish in a barrel. That to me seems like peanut butter and chocolate going together. You know what I mean?
You don't want the kids around that, though. You don't want the kids to see, I don't know.
It's all about selling Girl Scout cookies. I don't know. It's just an idea I had. And believe me, that's probably why it's good I don't have children.
You'd be in front of Publix right now.
Yeah. No, Cureleaf.
Cureleaf.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now. So how do people, give them the website again so they know how to get involved with this?
So it's, again, youthbusinessplancompetition.com, youthbusinessplancompetition.com. Can I real quick recognize who puts up the prize money?
Yeah.
Again, it's the CEP who organizes this, but
$10,000.
Actually, that's just first place. Second place, we have $4,000 in cash. Third place is $3,000 in cash. But we're so grateful.
Where are you getting all this money, Ryan?
Our presenting sponsor this year is Sea-Watch, which is a new company here in town that's working on something technology-related, in fact. We have Campus USA Credit Union, Rainey's Inc., and New York Life are also sponsors. So without them, without the support of the business community, and again, our judges, who are all small business owners as well, this wouldn't be possible.
I know one of the judges, and I won't say I won't say their name, but one of the judges is a very prominent restaurateur here in town.
Who makes a really good Cuban sandwich and wings.
Amazing Cuban sandwich.
Yep.
And a pretty good, I don't eat wings, but I hear the wings are fantastic. But there's a Fun Guy burger that's amazing there, okay?
I've had that.
Yeah, the Fun Guy burger is amazing. And it's not Fun Guy as in, hey, he's a fun guy. No, it's Fun Guy as in mushroom infused, fungus. But he said it was one of the hardest things he ever had to do, judging that competition. And, he's an entrepreneur. He's a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And he said one of the toughest things he ever had to do was judge that competition. And that was the one that I live streamed from the Rainey's Center here, because that's where the auditorium is you use for it. Not this year, you're on Zoom this year.
Right.
And it's open to public schools, private schools, and homeschooled.
Yeah, and I think we had last year a homeschooler actually competed and came in second place. So, again, public, private, or homeschooled, you have to be in Marion County, and 9th through 12th grade.
When's the deadline?
So the deadline is November 30th. November 30th is a deadline for entries. And then the big event, the big Shark Tank thing, is going to be on December the 14th. And that's a Monday night, a week or so before Christmas. But we hope to have a big turnout on Facebook Live.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Within a few days of the competition being over and decided, can you return with the winners and we can talk about it we can interview them here on the radio and talk about it?
That would be a lot of fun. I'd enjoy that, yes.
And bring the winners and just talk to them and get the entrepreneurial love from high schoolers. That'd be a great thing to do.
Absolutely. And we try to tell their stories. They've been in the paper and around the community, and it creates role models for kids. They see other kids their age coming up with these businesses, and they say to themselves, hey, I could do the same thing. And that's what it's all about.
I forget, as we're wrapping up, I forget the kid's name, and I'm sorry it escapes me. You'll probably remember. One of the most impressive people I ever saw present at 1 Million Cups, which is a networking event that happens at the Ocala Power Plant Business Incubator. It happened this morning at 9:30.
It does.
Was a 10th grader or an 11th. He was in the 10th grade, I think, at the time, at Westport High School. And he came in and he was a motivational speaker and everything. And he came and presented to 1 Million Cups. And I thought, that gives me faith. Because you always hear, these young kids, they got no. But this kid was on the ball.
He was.
And he understood entrepreneurship and everything.
And he was well-dressed?
10th grade.
Yep.
Although I'm an entrepreneur and I wear flip-flops everywhere, so it's not always about how you dress, Ryan.
I won't hold that against you.
No, it's not always how you dress, Ryan. Ryan Lilly, he is the Vice President of Business Creation for the Ocala Marion County CEP, which Chamber of Economic Partnership, by the way, which is the National Chamber of the Year for 2020. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. We're very proud of that.
I noticed you weren't at the proclamation reading last night.
No, but we're having a celebration downtown tomorrow night, and
at the downtown market.
At the downtown market for that. So.
Very good. Ryan, thanks for coming in. We'll have you on again.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, give you a little sports update as we wrap up this last Ocala Talks from 11 to 12. It goes to 8 to 11 starting tomorrow right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Just Shipped is expanding to its first retail location at the new Boulevard Market located on the corner of Bonnie Heath and 36th Avenue. Just Shipped will still offer the same all-inclusive services of packing and shipping your items. Don't want to get out of your car? You don't have to, because Just Shipped is offering curbside service. That's right, curbside service starting Saturday, November 7th. Go to justship.net for more information. Take the guesswork out of shipping with Just Shipped.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to. Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz as we wrap up a Wednesday edition. I want to say congratulations to a buddy of mine. We call him Little Greg, but he's not anymore. He's actually bigger than Big Greg. But Greg Ramputi, the coach, the fifth-year coach of the Vanguard Knights boys golf coach. Congratulations to him and his team, the Vanguard boys golf team. Used balanced scoring to finish first in the Class 2A District 5 golf tournament held recently at Eagle Ridge Golf Club. Vanguard came in first place in the 18-hole event with a four-person score of 343. The Knights were paced by seniors James Humphreys, 83, senior Mahan Marala Carter, 86, senior Colton Hahn, and sophomore Kavi Marala each shot 87. So this was Vanguard's first boys district golf championship in 7 years. Greg Ramputi said, "I'm really proud of my guys. They worked hard all season, and obviously it's been a real crazy year the way school started and all. They overcame a lot of adversity, and everybody played well. The top three teams and top three individuals not on qualifying teams advanced to the regional tournament. So congratulations to Greg Ramputi and his team of golfers, the Vanguard boys golf team, as they won the first district title in 7 years for them as they won the Class 2A District 5 golf tournament. Hey, I want to tell you, you heard the update earlier, but Westport's playing Forest High School at Westport this Friday. Galen Unall will be on the call for that. here on WOCA. The pregame is at 6:30. The game gets underway at 7 o'clock instead of the usually 7 o'clock pregame and the 7:30 kick. It's a 7 o'clock kick this Friday night here on WOCA. The Tampa Bay Rays took it on the chin last night, 8-3 to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are now in a 1-0 hole against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers up 1-0 in the World Series. Game 2 tonight. And the Florida Gators report now 26 players in the past 2 weeks have come down with COVID-19. So football operations still on hold at the University of Florida. That's my time. Thanks for having me between the 11 and 12 hour. I'll be moving tomorrow morning to 8 a.m. I'll see you then. This is Tom Schmitz for 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Speaker Pelosi has